Broadcasting from down on the Bayou, it's the AverageMarks Pro Wrestling Podcast, a proud member of the Roar Network, powered by thegorillaposition.com. And now your hosts, Michael Leander and Patrick Fry.
And welcome to episode 91 of the AverageMarks Pro Wrestling Podcast. We are broadcasting live from the CBD4U.net studios. Now, if you're looking for relief of pain, maybe it's chronic pain. If you're looking to get more sleep, if you're looking to maybe curb your anxiety, CBD can help you out. And they have tons of stuff, Patrick. They got great deals on oil, edibles like cake pops, candy bars, suckers, different stuff like that. They also have stuff for pets as well. So if you have an older pet who has maybe some arthritis or whatnot, CBD4U.net is perfect.
Now, if you try to get chocolate on there, good luck, because it's always sold out. You know, because I'm always trying to go for that chocolate candy or the chocolate edibles, whatever you want to call it. But because I'm a big fan of chocolate, and I figure, you know, if I'm going to take some CBD, might as well enjoy a little bit of chocolate while I do it. But it's always sold out, so it must be pretty good.
Very popular, yes.
Absolutely. Well, today's episode, Average Marks number 91, we're going to be talking Clash of Champions this Sunday night from Charlotte, North Carolina, of course, on the WWE Network. A lot of matches. I believe all the main roster championships will be on the line on Sunday night. Even the WWE Women's Tag Team titles will be on the line as well. So, yeah, we're going to be going over the scorecards. And if we got some time left, we got some other things to talk about, some possible rumor mill stuff, and also maybe some possible Enzo and Cass stuff we're going to talk about as well. But that's if we have some time left. There's a lot to fill out here on the scorecard. We have Elijah here as well, so all three of us, we're going to fill out a scorecard and, predict Clash of Champions on Sunday night. So all that's coming up here on the Average Marks, episode number 91.
Find us on social media. We're everywhere where you are. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, YouTube. Just search at the Average Marks. You'll find us. We interact a lot with our fans on social media, so we would love for you to be a part of that. Also, if you like our content and you want to help support said content, it's real easy. Patreon.com/TheAverageMarks. You can start as low as $1 a month. I almost said a week that time. Usually I say a day. $1 a month.
Or you can, $1 a day adds up. $1 a week kind of adds up too.
Or you can go all the way up to Great Muda status, which is $50 a month. We would highly appreciate it, and it would help us make the show better.
All right, so let's go ahead and dive into the scorecard here. Go ahead and pause the podcast right now. Go to our Facebook, Twitter pages. We have the links up to PW Scorecards, who always provide us with tremendous scorecards. They changed the look a little bit because the last few scorecards they've had where you would write the winners at, there wasn't very much room on those scorecards, but they've made plenty of room to write winners now on these scorecards, and I'm digging it. So digging the new room to, you don't have to squeeze in some of these winners here. But
Cruz still on there?
Yeah, Cruz is at the bottom. Cruz is still a pro-tier Patreon for Pro Wrestling Scorecard. So, yeah, shout out to Cruz. Cruz actually, Pro Wrestling Scorecards.
There he is.
They just started doing, I think, like digital scorecards, but they're doing like a beta, I guess, a beta test for it, and they're testing it with their pro-tier members. So Cruz got the gets to test it. I don't know if he's really tried it out yet. We'll have to ask him, but certainly. Cruz has access to that. So Pro Wrestling Scorecards, they're doing a lot of cool stuff, trying to just make it, I guess, easier to access, make it cooler, and hopefully, I'm hoping that they do a thing where they can do digital scorecards, and we can form groups, and they have like some kind of thing where they can keep score and keep standings and whatnot. So that would be pretty cool too. That if they haven't really dug into that yet, that would be a cool thing to to do going forward.
Like a wrestling football fantasy
Not
thing?
necessarily fantasy football, but just more like a March Madness type of thing.
Yeah, no, like a fantasy football without the football, but it's wrestling.
I already told you no.
Yeah, it's a little different, but yeah, Clash of Champions scorecards. Go ahead and pause the podcast now. Go download it. Play along with us as, like I said, Clash of Champions from Charlotte, North Carolina on Sunday night. So we're going to go ahead and dive on into these scorecards, and I don't even know who the hell the champ is, but we're just going to...
I don't think we've had a champ like in 8 weeks.
Yeah, we still haven't, we talked about this last week. We still haven't really counted the points from our all-out scorecards. I saw my all-out scorecard at the house the other day, and I was like, should I add it up? And then I never did. So we still don't know who won the all-out scorecards, but I guess at this point, it doesn't really matter.
No.
We're just having fun with it anyway.
It's too far away.
So anyways, let's go ahead and dive into the scorecards. I mean, we still do our predictions every pay-per-view anyway. So what we can do is I'll go first, and then we'll do Mikey, and then we'll do Elijah.
Sounds
and then
good.
We'll go in that particular order. So the first match on the scorecard is no disqualification, Roman Reigns versus Eric Rowan. And I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, go first. I got Rowan winning this match. It's no disqualification, which makes me believe there will be some sort of interference to cause Roman Reigns to lose the match. And one of the extras is a Bryan interference, which I did circle yes. Weapon types used. I think there will be 3 different weapon types used. I think this will get a little brutal, but not too brutal. Not, John Moxley, Joey Janela brutal, but certainly I think it'll get slightly hardcore. Superman punches, I'll go with 4. Bryan interference, already said yes. And match enters the crowd. I'll go ahead and say, I think they're going to brawl it out here a little bit and go here and there, but they'll eventually end up back in the ring. But I think somehow, some way, Rowan's going to get the victory.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Roman Reigns winning this, the big dog.
Yeah.
3 weapons used, 6 Superman punches, yes, Bryan interference, and yes, they're in the crowd.
All right, Elijah, what do you have for this match?
I got Roman winning 3 weapons types, 4 Superman punches. Yes, Bryan will interfere, and yes, they will go into the crowd.
All righty, so let us now go to the next match. It is the Cruiserweight Championship in a rare triple threat match that they're having here. Drew Gulak versus Humberto Carrillo. I guess is how you say that. Never heard of Humberto Carrillo.
Who are these guys, and why are they on a pay-per-view?
I know who Lince Dorado is. He's part of Lucha House Party, and I know who Drew Gulak is. But Humberto Carrillo, I want to say, did he wrestle on the last pay-per-view? Did he wrestle at SummerSlam? I don't know.
I don't know why this match is ticking me off, but this is garbage.
Well, it's probably going to be on the pre-show if I had to guess. But
Yeah.
I'm going to say Drew Gulak will retain the Cruiserweight Championship. I think he'll pin Carrillo. 8 aerial moves. You know what's crazy? I think at SummerSlam, the Cruiserweight match had 0 aerial moves.
What are they doing?
I don't know.
What? How are you going to book a Cruiserweight match with nobody flying?
That's I don't know. I couldn't, because I was looking at the results, and PW scorecards put like 0 aerial moves, and like they put something in parentheses, I think, like how or something like that. And I was like, yeah, right, how? Like, how in the hell do you not have aerial moves in a Cruiserweight match? But I'm gonna say, there's 3 guys in this match. I'm gonna say 8. Match time, I'll give it 9 minutes, just under 10 minutes. And like I said, I got Drew Gulak retaining.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Gulak because if anybody picks anybody else in this, there's no way they're dropping the belt to any of these no-name hacks.
I thought maybe Dorado, possibly, because he is part of Lucha House Party, and, they do use Lucha House Party on the main roster from time to time. Maybe put the belt on Lince Dorado for a little bit and switch it up a little bit, not keep it on the same guy over and over and over. But unless they just throw us a complete swerve and Humberto Carrillo just comes out with it, but who knows?
Yeah. Or whoever this Humberto Carrillo guy, he takes off his mask and it's actually Rey Mysterio.
Oh.
But yeah, I got Dorado taking the fall, 7 aerial moves, and 12-minute match time.
All right, let's go to Elijah. What do you have for the Cruiserweight Championship match?
I got Drew Gulak. I probably butchered that. Who cares?
No, that sounds pretty good to me.
Oh, thank you. I got Humberto. It sounds like kind of Alberto. Maybe it's Alberto Del Rio.
Humberto was a name of a hurricane at one time. I don't remember when, last few years, but go ahead.
It may be Alberto. Maybe it would be.
No, it's Humberto. You got it.
I know it may be a knockoff Alberto Del Rio, but I got 12 aerial moves and 10-minute match time.
All right, who was your winner? Oh yeah, you said Gulak.
Gulak, yeah.
That's true. You said Gulak. All right, the next match. This one's going to be interesting because Cedric Alexander, and this is, I guess, why now I just kind of contradicted myself, why it probably won't be as interesting, but Cedric Alexander got a pinfall victory over AJ Styles on SmackDown, or on Raw. It was Raw Monday night. But AJ Styles with the OC in his corner taking on Cedric Alexander for the United States Championship. I got to go with Styles. I don't see Cedric Alexander, winning this match. They're gonna have a great match. I think these 2 guys can go. But, the OC is going to be at ringside probably, cause a little bit of a distraction at some point. But AJ Styles is going to retain via pinfall. I got 5 aerial moves, which I feel like that there might be more aerial moves in this match than there will be in the Cruiserweight Championship match. But I'm going to go ahead and say 5. Alexander attacked after the match. Come on now, it's the OC, of course. Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to say yes.
Nerd. Yeah, this is almost a lock right here. AJ has to win this.
You think so?
On a pay-per-view? You're going to let Cedric Alexander go over on AJ Styles?
Oh, they had him go over on Raw, so.
Yeah, but I mean, that's Raw.
Well, go ahead.
So I got AJ Styles, pinfall, 5 aerial moves as well. And, oh, yeah, he's getting the beat down after the match.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Elijah, what do you have for the United States title match?
Hey, can you turn down my earphones a little?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
All right, there we go.
Thank you. I got there we go. I got AJ pin, 7 aerial moves, and Alexander will get the ground and pound.
So you got Alexander winning?
No, he said he's going to get pounded after the match.
Oh, he said he's going to get the ground and pound like this is an MMA fight or something like that. Or, I was like, okay. All right, so we all got AJ Styles there across the board. All right, the next match on the scorecard is the Intercontinental Championship. Boy, I tell you what, they didn't even defend the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam, so it feels like it's been months since we've seen the Intercontinental Championship. But
this belt means nothing to them.
Unfortunately, no, it doesn't. The second most prestigious title, arguably, in the history of WWE.
As much history as this belt has, and there's poo-pooing on it.
Yeah, well, Nakamura's the current champion. He's going to have Sami Zayn in his corner taking on The Miz, who's, 9-time Intercontinental champion already. Could win it for the 10th time. But I'm going to go with Shinsuke Nakamura. Zayn promo before or after the match, I'm going to say yes there because Zayn, that's all Zayn does these days is cut promos. Near falls, I'll go with 6. And Zayn interference, I think he'll cause a little bit of a distraction. I don't think he'll necessarily, go really in there and, touch The Miz, but he'll cause somewhat of a distraction. So I think that would count as an interference. So, yeah, I will say yes, Zayn will interfere some way, somehow in the match.
Something we talked about a few weeks ago, and I think this may work into the storyline here. With John Cena being so hands-off with the WWE lately, they need that face to go around and do the TV shows and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think they're going to put the strap on The Miz so he can walk around with the belt on TV, smile, and, be an ambassador for the company.
That's possible, yeah. I could see that happening.
So I think they put the belt on The Miz. Of course, Zayn is going to cut a promo. 4 near falls and Zayn interference, yes.
All right, Elijah, what do you got?
No, I got Nakamura because he probably low blow The Miz. They should have put that on there.
Naka likes the balls.
Yeah, but that was only an AJ Styles storyline, the thing there.
Who cares? I got Nakamura. I think Zayn will cut. Yes, Zayn will cut a promo. 4 near falls, and yes, Zayn will interfere.
All right, next match. They're going to actually defend these titles for once, or put these titles on the line at a pay-per-view for once. It's going to be the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, defending against Fire and Desire, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. I'm going with Fire and Desire on this one. I think it's about, I think it's about time you give them the belts. I think they're an up-and-coming tag team. They've been together since day one. Instead of this random, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross thing, they just kind of randomly thrown together. Rose and Deville, they've been a tag team, like I said, since day one when they came in with Absolution with Paige, and they stayed together since then. I think it's time. Rose and Deville, I got them winning. I think Mandy Rose will pin Nikki Cross, and I got 3 aerial moves. I think, I know Alexa Bliss does her, Twisted Bliss, which is an aerial move, and I don't know. It's going to be hard to find the other 2, but I think somewhere along the way they might get 2 in there, so I think 3 total aerial moves. But yeah, Fire and Desire. I got the new women's tag team champs.
Too bad that Twisted Bliss is actually a name of one of her moves, because that would have been a great name for the tag team.
Yeah, I guess it would have. Yeah, with Nikki Cross, it would have been. It would have been an excellent. That's a good point there.
No, man, I got to go with Alexa Bliss and Cross here, because I'm thinking. Remember all that scuttlebutt we heard back in the day when they were saying Rose was fixing to get a huge push and it never happened? Well, she must have did something pretty bad.
Well, she did get a title shot before WrestleMania, and I hope that wasn't the push they were talking about, because that wasn't very much of a push. I mean, putting her in the title picture, for some people these days could be considered a push, but I think they need to push this tag team. I think they work well together. I think they're real good. I mean, I think they're a great tag team. Like I said, they have a great chemistry. They both look good too. I mean, that's a big time plus. So I think they would be a great tag team to put the belts on, to put the women's tag team titles on. So I think they're going to finally pull the trigger, because ever since they've implemented these tag team titles, Banks and Bayley had it for a month, and then Peyton Royce and Billy Kay had it for a few months, where they
that could have been a great run, but they totally just screwed that up.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I have a feeling and Bliss and Cross have had it, and it's been an okay run, but not the best either. But there's so many title belts. Like, I don't know, I just can't seem to figure out why they just they hype up these women's tag team titles when they release them, and then once they're implemented, it's like they just doo all over them. So I don't know, but I think Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville might be I think to keep the title that title picture interesting, have them change hands once in a while. Don't just keep it on the Iconics and have them do nothing. Don't just keep it on Twist. I almost called them Twisted Bliss.
Yeah.
Don't keep it on Mandy Rose don't keep it on Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross and just have them do nothing. Like, if you're going to, let's switch it up a little bit. And, even if that means Rose and Deville drop it the next time, hey, at least it's something. The titles are changing hands, and you're doing something with it. You're making it somewhat interesting rather than just keeping it on somebody and just having them sit there and hold the title belt and not defend them.
Right, and the word from all the dirt sheets is that McMahon still isn't on board with the whole women's tag team belts. So I wonder if they just disappear one day. Well, it's like we don't hear anything about it; they just disappear.
Well, he's got to be somewhat on them, because they're there.
Yeah, like I said, I got Bliss and Cross. I'm going to go with Bliss making the fall on Rose and 3 arrow moves.
All right, Elijah, what you got for the women's tag team titles?
I got Rose and Deville. Also, Patrick, I don't know if I got to get a sticky note and put this on your forehead in your computer. This is not a dating site, man.
What did I say that makes him think it's a dating site?
I mean, you're always talking about women, man.
And so what? What's your point? Is what I'm asking.
You're killing me, man.
Killing me.
All right. I got Rose and Deville winning. Deville absolutely demolishing Bliss into the floor, and then pinning her. And I think there will be 4 aerial moves.
Alrighty, let's move on now to another tag team match. This would be the SmackDown tag team titles. It's the New Day defending against the Revival, and this one was kind of tough. I didn't know. I thought maybe, but the Revival's on Raw. Am I not wrong about that? The Revival is on Raw. So why would they have the SmackDown tag team titles? I don't know, which is why I think the New Day is going to retain. This whole wild card brand split is just so, I don't know. I'm at the point now where I'm just like, just have everybody on, just go anywhere they want, or I don't know. It's so confusing, and I was never a fan of a brand split ever. I wish, because I grew up watching, where everybody was on every show, and that, granted, the rosters these days are a lot more deep than they used to be, but the Revival's on Raw. So why are they fighting for the SmackDown tag team titles? I don't know. So whatever. That's why I got the New Day retaining. I got Xavier pinning Scott Dawson, and Francesca notes played. I'll say 0.
Oh wow.
This is during the match, by the way.
Well, that seems,
so I say 0.
That seems to be the safe bet, because it's been pretty much 0 the last few times it's been.
Well,
right?
I don't think he's going to play it during the match. I think he'll play it before and possibly after the match. But I think during the match, which is when these extras are counted.
See, there you go, reading the extras down at the bottom. I didn't read that.
There's nothing to read at the bottom. It doesn't say anything about it. Just it's we've done these scorecards long enough to know, unless otherwise noted, these extras are only counted bell to bell.
Mm-hmm. Well, then that kind of makes me not want to say 12.
Yeah, that's. I mean, hey, unless you think he's gonna play that thing 12 times during the match from bell to bell, then by all means keep it at 12.
I'm going to stick with my gut here.
You going to go with 12? All right.
I'm also going to stick with my swerve. The Revival wins.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Ever since they wanted their release, they've been pretty high on these dudes. They're trying to keep them, so I think they're going to put a strap on them.
All right, well, there you go. So you got the Revival winning. What are your other extras you got?
I got Dawson making the fall on Big E.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be a big-time pinfall right there.
Yeah, and then 12, Francesca notes played.
All right, let's go to Elijah. Elijah, what do you have?
I got the Revival. I got Dawson, pinning Woods, and after Patrick and likeness with that information, I changed my 6 to a 0.
Oh, okay, yeah. Who's copying who now? Huh?
Cheater.
Yeah, who's copying who now? Huh? All right, let's go now to the other tag team title match. It's the Raw tag team titles. This is where things are going to get a little interesting. Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman will defend their Raw tag team titles against the most random, another random tag team they just threw together, in Ziggler and Rude, who got this opportunity by winning a gauntlet match by defeating other real tag teams. So I don't know, but despite the fact that they're just a randomly thrown together tag team, I got Ziggler and Rude winning this match. Because I think they're just, I don't know, I think the whole Rollins-Strowman thing, having the tag team titles, is just a little bit of a storyline to go into their Universal title match. So I think, they'll take the titles off of them, because I just can't see them going ahead as the tag team champions when they're going to fight for the Universal title, and one man's going to win, one man's going to lose, and that's just going to cause, I think, some kind of just... a little tension between the two, and I don't think they can go forward being the tag team champs. So I think Ziggler and Rude will win it. They'll eventually lose it, obviously, I think sooner than later, but Ziggler and Rude's going to win it. I got Ziggler pinning Rollins. Rollins, Strowman fight each other during the match. I will say no, but I think they'll start fighting each other maybe after the match, after they lose. But during the match, I will say they will not fight each other.
You know what? They are really screwing the pooch with Bobby Roode.
Oh, tell me something I don't know.
This guy is a main eventer, and... they should have kept him in NXT and kept him a main eventer.
Yep.
Killing me.
I agree.
With that said, I got Rollins and Strowman retaining. I got Rollins pinning Ziggler. And, Rollins and Strowman, they're going to throw.
Oh, yeah. All right, Elijah, what you have for the Raw Tag Team title match?
I got Ziggler and Rude. I got Ziggler pinning Rollins, because I think, when Ziggler and... Rollins and Strowman, they start doing the tags, and one of them doesn't want to go in, so he tags the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Goes back and forth, so Ziggler rolls up Rollins, and he gets the 3, and yes, that's a definitely yes on the Rollins and Strowman trying to knock out each other.
All right, that works for me. All right, let's go to the SmackDown Women's Championship match. It is Bayley versus Charlotte Flair, and this is a hometown match for Charlotte Flair.
Mm-hmm.
And we know how hometown people do in matches these days. They don't seem to do so well, but I got the Queen, Charlotte Flair, winning. Yeah. I got Charlotte Flair winning this match via submission. I think she's going to hit her with that figure 8.
You hardly ever pick Charlotte Flair.
Well, in this particular situation, I don't know. I don't feel like... I don't know. I guess there's not a lot of hype around this match. No one's really talking about it. And I think Flair is going to swoop in and just kind of take one from Bayley, get the title back, I think, for the 10th time. She's going to be a 10-time women's champion now. So I think, and it's in her hometown. I think maybe the Nature Boy comes out, celebrates with her a little bit in her hometown. She did win I'm pretty sure she did win the SmackDown SmackDown Women's Championship in Charlotte maybe a couple of years ago, and Ric Flair showed up after the match to celebrate with. That was on a SmackDown, though. That wasn't on a pay-per-view, but I think Charlotte Flair wins via submission, 3 near falls. Match over 15 minutes. Nope. I say it will be slightly under.
Gotcha. I got the Queen as well.
Oh, I know you got the Queen. That's your girl right there, boy.
Submission, 6 aerial moves, and yes, it will be over 15 minutes.
You know who else got Charlotte Flair?
Who's that?
Andrade.
You know he does.
Boy, somebody posted a picture of Charlotte Flair, was it on Facebook or maybe it was on Reddit or something earlier today, and she was getting out of the ring, but man, the legs on that woman is just ridiculous. But you know what? The thing about Charlotte is, man, she must be making a lot of money, because, man, she's just doing all this reconstructing to herself, and it's...
Well, they may pay for that. That may just be like...
Andrade's paying for it.
Hey, if you want to get this done, we'll do it, type thing. You know what I mean?
I guess. But I tell you what, because the other day they posted, a then and now, like some then and nows of. Well, I tell you what, Charlotte almost looks like a whole new woman compared to what she was when she was started in NXT. Man, it's really incredible. Tell you what, and she still looked good back then, as far as I'm concerned. But boy, to now she's like, ooh, good Lord.
Did you see the picture that WWE took off of their website of Bayley recently?
Yeah, the thong was showing.
Thong, thong,
it wasn't.
thong.
I saw the photo. You could honestly unless you were trying to see it, it really wasn't. It wasn't that obvious.
No,
to me.
it was not revealing at all. I don't know why they took it off, even though they're PG.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that revealing. But if you brought it up and you could see, oh, there it is. But it wasn't one of those things that just stuck out. Like, oh my God, look at Bayley's thong. But Bayley in a thong. Hey, I'm all about that life.
A funny story.
I'm all about that hug life.
If you go back on our YouTube page and you go all the way down to interviews.
Who, Bayley's YouTube page?
No, our YouTube page.
Oh, our YouTube page.
Yeah, just search the Average Marks. Go go to playlist, go to interviews. The Tommy Dreamer interview, he talks about one of his superstitions, and one of them was, for a while, he wore a pink thong. And he wore it until it pretty much disintegrated.
Well,
because he never washed it.
Well, that's quite interesting. But
yeah,
all right,
it's a great interview.
The mental image of Tommy Dreamer in a pink thong.
He's the innovator of violence, man.
Yeah, but tell you what, you could fool me with that pink thong you got on there, Tommy.
And every time I hear him say that he saw our tweet and he thanks us about it, I still mark out about that to this day.
Yeah.
God bless Twitter, even though I don't understand it.
All right, now you gave your SmackDown women's title predictions, huh?
Yes.
All right, Elijah, what you have?
Hey, Patrick, pink's the new red.
Okay.
He has a point.
Okay.
ECWs, they would always bleed.
Okay. All right. Whatever.
Okay. I got Bayley winning because you know how she turned heel. I think they might try, the
Yeah,
booster.
I don't think that's even working, but
I think they may try, the booster. We know how WWE's production teams are trash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But WWE's production team is actually
trash,
stellar.
Now you meaning creative, which there's scuttlebutt that they're at each other's throats right now.
Yeah, creative is questionable, but production, you can't sit there. The trash is the furthest thing from WWE production. But go ahead.
All right, wrong one. I mean creative.
Yeah, go ahead.
Creative's trash. I'm sorry, production. You're awesome, guys. I got Bayley winning, pin, 4 near falls, and no way there would be plus 50 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. All right, so let's go now to the WWE Championship match. WWE World. It's Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton for, I think, at least second or third time now.
Bruh.
Yeah, I know. I'm ready for a new feud, honestly. But with that being said, I almost went with Randy Orton here, but I decided I'm going to go with Kofi Kingston. 5 near falls, 16-minute match time, and the times that Orton yells stupid, I'll give it 3.
Good choice. That's what I picked as well. I'm going to go with Kofi Kingston, 4 near falls, 18-minute time, match time, and 3 stupids.
All right, let's go to Elijah. What you have for the WWE Championship?
I got Kofi winning, 5 near falls, 15 minutes exact, 15 minutes exactly, and I think 4 times Randy will yell stupid.
Randy ripping off Jericho, an idiot.
To be fair, this whole stupid thing came from the storyline that him and the feud that they had 10 years ago, Kofi and Randy. So, Randy Orton did originate this stupid thing. So just saying. But Jericho does it better, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And now the new thing is the bubbly. Dude, that thing it's everywhere. Oh my God. Dude.
I saw the other day he's made Bubbly Club shirts.
I mean, hey, look, when you got something hot like that,
This guy's making Scrooge McDuck money off of bubbly merchandise.
Yep, and it was funny because one of the funniest memes I saw so far was the episode of The Simpsons when Bart finds all those megaphones and he lines them up all in a row. And so Bart, he sees them all on the wall. He grabs one and they're showing the video, and then when he goes, I don't know what Bart really says in it, but when he goes to talking, and you hear Jericho's voice, bubbly. So, like, he's trying another one, bubbly. So he lines them all up, and finally he says, bubbly, and it's, like, so loud, and it's so funny, dude. It was hilarious. But, yeah, dude, they're making those bubbly memes left and right.
While you're bringing up memes, we got to talk about this one. The foul-mouth crying kid on the Texas LSU game.
Yeah, that kid started, like, crying. Like, LSU was only up by 6 points.
But he knew, bruh.
I mean, he knew. I didn't know. That's for sure.
But he knew.
I was still kind of nervous at that point, and this kid's boohooing and crying because I don't know.
And cursing like a sailor.
I tell you what, I'd slap my kid.
And they kept going back to him.
I would have slapped my kid. I'd have said, "You better quit crying,
You
son."
little pansies, national TV.
Yeah. First, no, it's because it's a football game. Cause stop crying. Like, get over it.
Well, he was all in. But
I first of all, as big of an LSU fan as I am, I have never, not once, cried after LSU lost. Not one time. Not even after they got shellacked by Alabama in the national championship.
Yeah, but you weren't like a little kid.
But even, back when I was a little kid, I started watching LSU football when I was like 11 years old.
Yeah.
And I think this kid was probably about that age. I never even thought about crying after LSU lost the game. I was like, so what? Like, It sucks. Don't get me wrong. Like, I was mad, but like, I'm going to start crying. And, this kid was ugly crying. Like, he was like, dude, like, I'd backhand. I'd be like, dude, stop crying, you little wuss.
So not only did they catch him getting countless F words and S words, they also got Matthew McConaughey saying an F word on there.
Yeah, they did get Matthew McConaughey dropping an F bomb on national TV. Still love McConaughey though. McConaughey's a legend.
All right. But what the funny one I was talking about was the kid crying, and the caption was, "When they tell you Texas is back," and then the bottom said, "But Texas really isn't back."
No, they're not back. At least they weren't back this past week. So I mean, they were in a sense because they look good, but LSU got away with that win, and
screw them trying to kill us in that locker room.
They're claiming it was that apparently some Louisiana Tech coaches, but Skip Holtz, the Louisiana Tech coach, came out and said, "I never contacted LSU and told him anything about that," and he said something about, I don't remember it being like a sauna in there, but I don't remember it being cool either. So yeah. So I don't think they even
Coach
really
O got
noticed.
some kind of tip. He brought blowers with him.
I don't know. That's a whole nother.
I don't know. I think we should just fight them.
Well, we won the match. We won the game, so I don't care. But that's another story for another day. So
yeah, we'll go last chance you on them and just fight them.
There you go. Say, screw a game. We're just gonna fight.
Yeah.
All right.
Ain't no game today.
All right. I gave my WWE championship predictions. Mike Yo, what you got for the WWE title?
I think I already went. Kofi, 4 near falls, 18-minute match time, and 3 Orton stupids.
Okay.
I think Elijah went too. Didn't you go?
No, I don't think he.
Yeah, he went.
All right, if y'all say so. All right, yeah, if y'all say so. All right, let's go now to
Chris. Rewind the tape.
Wait, Dad, you
we're good.
I remember that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go now.
It's because I'm that good.
Yeah. All right, let's go now to the Raw Women's title match. This is Becky Lynch versus the boss, Sasha Banks. This one I got a little bit of a different, result. I got Becky winning, but I got her winning by disqualification. I don't think she's gonna. I think the only way Becky would beat Sasha, I guess, would be via like submission, but I don't think they're gonna have Sasha tap out. So I'm gonna say that Becky's gonna win by DQ, and they'll probably end up fighting again sometime down the line, which I'm cool with because this has become an interesting little rivalry in my opinion. But I got Becky winning via. I mean,
pay the man.
I mean, who cares? Because Vince got Charlotte right now, so that's all that Vince cares about, honestly. But they've been using the man gimmick for a little while now. While all of a sudden he's kind of, hey, you know what? I want some money for this. And first of all, it's just the man. Like, yeah, I understand that Ric Flair, to be the man, you got to beat the man. And Ric Flair's the man. But come on now, dude. Like, you can make money doing all doing all this other stuff, but now you're going to try to just get a free check because they're using the term the man. It's not like they're ripping you off. If anybody's ripping you off, it's your daughter because she's wooing all the time. So,
well, I mean, come on.
Yeah, exactly. So once again, if you want to sue somebody, sue your daughter because she's ripping you off more than Becky Lynch is, in my opinion.
Dang, no love for the Nate.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the Nate, but this is you pick and choose your battles, Nate. Like this is not this is not a battle that I think you're gonna win. So
yeah.
Now, if WWE wants to pay him a little money, plus if anything, I'm sure WWE
drink away those profits.
Yeah.
All right, I got Becky Lynch winning. Pinfall, 3 finishers, and 2 submission rope breaks.
All right, Elijah, what you have for the Raw Women's title match?
Becky one belt. Banana. I got Becky one belt. Submission. 3 finishers. Submission rope breaks. 5. Spaced out for like 3 seconds.
Come back to the podcast, Elijah.
I'm sorry.
All right, let's move on now to what I expect to be the main event of the evening, and that'll be
main event of the evening.
That'll be Braun Strowman versus Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. Once again, I really wanted to go with Braun here, but I think Rollins is going to retain some way, somehow, and I think he's going to get the pinfall victories and probably hit him with a couple of curb stomps, honestly. I got 3 total finishers. Match time, 14 minutes, and winner attacked after the match. I'm going to say no. I think, they want to keep them both faces, so I think, it'll be a hard-fought, clean match. And I think, unless they want to turn Braun heel or something after the match, but I think they might just shake hands or, say, good match or whatever the case may be. Show some sportsmanship after the match, so I'll say no after the Universal title match as far as someone attacking each other.
I don't understand. Braun is such a monster. I don't know why he wouldn't be consistently a heel.
I don't know, but, he's kind of one of those – he's one of the more over guys in the company right now, so I think they're trying to get some faces to just get over because – don't get me wrong, I like Rollins, but man, sometimes the dude is so cheesy that it's like I don't know. Like sometimes when he talks, I just cringe.
Oh yeah,
it's true. Sometimes I do.
All right, I got Rollins, your boy.
Yeah,
I got pinfall, 7 finishers, 17-minute match time, and no, the winner will not be attacked after the match.
All right, let's go to Elijah. Elijah, what do you have for the Universal title match?
I got Braun Strowman. I got pin, 6 finishers, a 20-minute match, and no. But if it does happen, they might actually get Brock Lesnar off his rump and do something. So
I think the next time, I think the next time we see Brock Lesnar will be at the first SmackDown on Fox, which will be October the 4th, which is a little less than a month away. So
$600K in the bank.
Yeah, good old Brock. Walk around with that boombox, have a Brock party. Yeah, that was kind of lame. But
I tell you what, if I made $600K every time I showed up on TV,
I'd
be showing up on TV all the time.
I'd be dancing. You'd be dancing like that too, huh?
I'd be like, guys, I'm here. You might as well use me.
Yeah,
I didn't drive here for nothing.
Yep, and then also on the scorecard, the 24/7 championship, current champion is R-Truth.
They're not done with this yet.
No, they're not done. On main event on a Monday night, they were in the Garden, and of course, Ennis Cantor, former New York Knick, was there. He showed up and actually won the 24/7 title for about 20 seconds, and now he's a member of the Boston Celtics. So he pulled the ultimate heel move. I don't know if you saw the video,
no,
but he's wearing his blue jumpsuit, and he pins R-Truth, and he unzips his jumpsuit, and he's got his Boston Celtics jersey on in the Garden.
Yes!
Ultimate heel move from Ennis Cantor, but then R-Truth rolls him up and wins it back. So
what did the crowd do?
Oh, they booed the hell out of him.
I bet.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's a bunch of New York Knicks fans in there. Can't stand the Celtics.
Did you hear about the 76ers fan who went to the Eagles game? Stop. The Eagles game with a Washington Redskins jersey on?
No,
he got beat up by a whole bunch of Eagles fans?
Damn, he got beat up. Wow.
Yeah.
That's...
Look, you don't go to a Phillies game. When you play for the 76ers and wear a Redskins jersey, you're going to get these hands.
That's like, what was it, one time there was a video of this Baltimore Ravens fan at a Cleveland game, and like Baltimore just scored a touchdown, I guess, to like kind of put it away, and he's walking up the stairs like, yeah, go Ravens. And dude, I'm telling you.
They're going to fight
I'm
you.
talking about Cleveland.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. They're a bunch of pansies.
Oh, okay.
Philly fans and Raiders fans will fight you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You start cheering for your team, you're getting smacked.
Well, I have no intentions of ever going to an Oakland Raiders game nor a Philadelphia Eagles game.
What about a Las Vegas Raiders game?
Nah.
That would be fun.
That'd probably be fun, but
catch a few shows.
I've never been out to the West Coast, so I don't see myself going there anytime soon.
Catch Aerosmith.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And then go to a daggum football game.
That would be great. I'd love to go to Las Vegas. I hear Las Vegas is a great
Bet some
time.
sports.
I hear Las Vegas. Oh, that'd be the first thing I think I'd go do in Las Vegas. I'd go find a big prop bet, depending on what time of the year it was, and like if it was like July or early August, go put a little prop bet on the Saints to win the Super Bowl. Bruce Merchant does that.
No, it'd be sometime in the fall because we'd be going to see a Raiders game.
Oh well, Maybe do a prop bet for like the Heisman Trophy or college football national champion or something like that.
You play a few little parlays on some college games.
Well, I tell you what, if somebody put some money before the season started on Joe Burrow winning the Heisman Trophy, they could cash in. I'm not saying they will, but as of right now, he's
balling.
His odds have risen greatly.
Go Tigers.
In a good way. All right, so 24/7 championship. I think R-Truth will be the champ at the end of the show. I think there'll be 2 title changes though. I think somebody will get it from him, and then he'll get it back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Drake Maverick ending up with the belt. 2 changes.
I think. Okay, look, this is my thoughts on the whole Drake Maverick thing. Okay, the whole thing with his wife trying to consummate his marriage and stuff. Let's start letting some other people get in this title picture. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got to the point. I don't even think EC3's chasing him around anymore. Like, come on now.
Poor EC3, bro.
You think EC3 did he not win it one time though?
Send that dude back down to NXT.
Yeah, he's just been a failure ever since.
Or just release him so he can go back to Impact
or AEW.
Yes.
Not really using. And I know R-Truth is the funny factor and whatnot. It's great, but let's start getting some more people in there.
Can you imagine?
Like Ennis Cantor just won the damn belt. Like let's can we get some other people that are not doing anything in the back to win this belt?
Can you imagine at Full Gear, a music hits that you don't recognize? There's nothing on the Tron showing you who it is, and then out walks Dixie Carter.
Oh.
And then she introduces EC3.
That'll never happen.
That would be dope.
God, that'd be crazy. That'd be the holy S moment of the year.
Yeah, and then she would be his valet, and they'd start like a little stable, like of all like rich people. MJF would join.
Yeah,
dog.
Oh, you talking about it in
AEW?
Oh, I thought you were talking about WWE.
No.
Oh, okay, yeah, AEW. That'd be a little more likely to happen, but not.
Well, they
much
hired
more likely.
Bischoff. Why wouldn't they hire Dixie Carter?
Yeah, but Bischoff's been with WWE for years.
Yeah.
So, all right, yeah, go ahead. What you got for the 24/7 title, Elijah?
I got Maverick winning, and I got 3 title changes.
All right, so you got Maverick walking out of there with. I'd walk out with Maverick's wife though. I know that. Was it Rochelle?
She's his
Michelle
goose.
Renee, I think's her name, or Renee Michelle, I think is whatever the hell her name is. But boy, she's quite the looker. Drake Maverick is a lucky dude, and I know damn well he's confiscated. He's
confiscated.
Confiscated. He's consummated that marriage already, so hundreds of times. All right, let's go to Announce Table Destruction, and then we'll go to our schedules. Announce Table Destruction, I got English and Spanish good, and I have other being destroyed.
I know Braun Strowman's in this thing, but I'm going strictly cruise method here. They're all good.
All right, Elijah, what do you have for the announce tables?
Yeah, I want the cruise.
Okay, so you got them all good. All right, now let's go to the unscheduled appearances here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give my 5. I got Daniel Bryan, Bray Wyatt, Baron Corbin, Chad Gable, and Kevin Owens because aren't they supposed to have the King of the Ring finals at the?
Oh,
and that's not on the score.
snap.
That is, but I think this is what I think PW scorecards did. They did make a scorecard strictly for the King of the Ring tournament, so maybe they just kept the final off of this scorecard because they already have another scorecard for that tournament. But I'm of the assumption that they're having the King of the Ring finals at Clash of Champions, and Baron Corbin and Chad Gable are going to be fighting in the finals. So, quick prediction: who's going to win?
I mean, obviously it's going to be Baron Corbin.
Yeah, I know you're not a fan. People are slowly coming around to Baron Corbin because
It's because they're a bunch of sheep.
Well, that's because you know what? Because I think they're not shoving Baron Corbin down our throats like as much as they used to. I guess so. I'm kind of coming around to Baron Corbin in a sense. I think he's a great heel. I just think he's a good heel. But I would have. There's plenty of other guys I would have rather seen win the King of the Ring tournament, like Ricochet, like Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
2 names, or even Kevin Owens. I thought Kevin Owens would have been great too, but
all of them way more deserving than Baron
speaking
Corbin.
of, Kevin Owens just got fired on Tuesday. This is why I think he's going to show up Sunday, because anybody who gets fired shows up right after. So
Yeah.
But yeah, Daniel Bryan, Bray Wyatt, Baron Corbin, Chad Gable, and Kevin Owens are my 5 unscheduled. So what do you got?
This is a Clash of Champions, baby. So I got Walter, Shayna Baszler,
Oh,
Drake Maverick,
okay.
Ember Moon, and Daniel Bryan.
Okay, that's a good little slew there.
Can you imagine a Walter and Braun Strowman stare down?
Dude,
Wait, who's Walter?
He's the NXT UK Championship. He's a monster.
stop it. I can only get so erect.
Dad, gummit.
Wait, what about that a real crazy guy who used to put it in his mouth all the time with the long hair? Like the English guy?
Pete Dunne, the Bruiserweight.
Yeah, that guy. What happened to him?
He's in NXT.
Oh,
He's just hanging out.
they should use him more.
Well, can call Vince.
Yeah. Come on, Vince. I went the sports way here. I got Rob Gronkowski.
Yes.
The Panthers. Carolina Panthers.
The whole one. You can only pick 5.
Yeah, that's like the Panthers.
That's like 53.
Wait,
because the NFL team is a 53-man roster.
no, that's counting as one, Patrick.
No, you gotta change that.
I ain't
Well, you know
changing
what?
it.
You know what? Don't change it because it's not even gonna count anyway. So go ahead.
Quiet, Patrick. I got Rob Gronkowski, the Panthers, Ric Flair, Daniel Bryan, and Ronda Rousey.
Well, at the rate he was going, I was expecting to hear Tom Brady,
The New England Patriots.
Blake Bortles, Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara. So yeah, that's cool. Go ahead.
the Super Bowl?
Well, I don't know. Is it the Super Bowl? You got the whole damn Panthers team showing up to the event apparently. So and Rob Gronkowski, who's got nothing better to do apparently during retirement.
Rob's slimming down, man. Did you see him on that game?
I saw
Looking
him.
good.
I saw him hanging out at Barstow headquarters, man. He's trimming up, man.
Yeah.
And he could probably come back and play football anytime he wanted to.
Nah, he's already got that Gronk money. He don't want to come back.
Yeah, he's got the Super Bowl titles and everything, and he's probably living it up in retirement right now. But yeah, that is the.
Plus, him and his brothers have a whole bunch of businesses together.
Yeah, they're probably gonna go into like the weed business then. They're gonna be like Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
they just seem like those kind of guys. But yeah, that is the Clash of Champions scorecard. So if you haven't done so yet, you can pause the podcast, go or just finish listening to it now, and you go to our Facebook, Twitter pages. We've got the links to PW scorecards. Fill it out. Play along with us on Sunday because Sunday night is going down. Clash of Champions in Charlotte, North Carolina.
How much longer we got?
We got about 11 minutes.
Let's talk cheap heat. Enzo and Cash.
All right. Cheap heat. Enzo and
Cass.
I thought you said Cash.
Yeah, I know. I keep saying that for some reason.
So Big Cass and Enzo. What you want to talk about Big Cass and Enzo? What you got? I know you got something.
Yeah. So we heard last week after the podcast that all the scuttlebutt about the possibility of WWE bringing back Enzo and Cass to NXT was just from Enzo. Because Triple H said, hey, that's a one-way street.
Yeah.
I've never said anything like that. They're not coming back.
Yeah, Triple H shot down those rumors, very quickly.
I tell you what, did not see it live, but when I saw it on video, I popped so hard when they showed up at that ROH event.
Oh, yeah.
Dog.
We watched, because Brink and I, because I went to Brink's house for WrestleMania weekend, and we're watching it. And it's crazy because Brink noticed it before I did. I'm sure we talked about this before on the podcast, but we'll mention it again. He's like, man, that looks like Enzo Amore. And, the next thing you know, near where he points to Enzo, I see this big, tall dude, and I'm like, is that Big Cass? But that's the thing. They never really showed them on G1 Supercard.
You had to see cell phone footage from fans.
Yeah, so it was kind of a wild situation there.
It looked like they were fighting for real.
And I thought Enzo was going to show up at Madison Square Garden this week because he had put something on his Twitter about New York Part 1 or something. He mentioned something about that, and people were thinking, oh, Lord, he's going to... Because he showed up at Survivor Series, was it last year?
Mm-hmm.
And he tried to hijack the show, and they kicked him out. And then they show up at, the Ring of Honor show. Speaking of, we talk about Enzo and Cass. They showed up at the G1 Supercard, but they're not... And Enzo got into the little altercation. It wasn't much of an altercation with Joey Janela at the Blink-182 concert, but...
Yeah.
Are these guys going to show up at a promotion and actually wrestle, or are they just...
I sure hope so.
Are they just all hype right now? I mean, what's going on with them?
Probably all hype. I don't know why anybody doesn't want to touch them. However...
I don't know. Big Cass seems like... I saw recent pictures of Big Cass, and it seems like he's kind of getting back into shape.
Yeah. Now, I think this would be the perfect time for NWA to sign these cats. They're starting to film in October in Atlanta.
Yeah.
They just crowned some new... tag team champions that they're starting to push really hard.
Yeah.
Dude, Enzo and Cash would be perfect. Not only to get you a big pop on TV, but to give you some name recognition in that tag team division.
Yeah.
What promotion do you think they would work best in?
Enzo and Cass, I don't know. I think they could work well in any promotion, to be honest, because they have the name recognition now. They were in WWE. They were kind of a hot tag team in WWE. I think anybody that wants to, honor starting to just fall under.
Yeah.
And if they want to get some eyes back on their product, you got to get guys with the name recognition of an Enzo and Cass, and same thing with NWA. They're a promotion who has a lot of, history, but, they're starting to go under as well. And, you're going to be on TV now. Hey, and you know what else? I think Impact could certainly use an Enzo and Cass as well. I don't think AEW needs them, and I don't think WWE needs them, and I don't think a New Japan needs them as well. So I think a Ring of Honor, NWA, maybe an Impact. Those are the three that would probably need an Enzo and Cass the most.
And they would make a big splash on Impact because not only is their roster already strong, their parent company, Anthem, just bought Access TV from Mark Cuban.
Yeah,
so Impact has a home that also has New Japan and WoW Wrestling.
Yeah, so does that mean Impact is going to be on Access TV now?
It's got to be.
Because I catch Access TV at the house.
It's got to be.
So that would be nice because, flipping through the channels. Because every now and again on the weekends, I'll flip through the channels and I see New Japan on. I'll turn on New Japan on Access TV. Granted, it's rarely live, but I would love to see some live Impact Wrestling on Access TV from time to time. I might check it out.
Yeah, definitely. Or I'd say even MLW. MLW is making a push. They have the Dynasty with Brian Pillman Jr., with Teddy Hart, and with Davey Boy Smith Jr.
Doesn't Jim Cornette work for them too?
I know they just hired Tom Pritchard. I thought maybe Jim Cornette does some backstage stuff for them. Let me see. I've been watching a few of their episodes on YouTube, and I have not seen Jim Cornette on there.
Cornette was signed with Major League Wrestling as an agent and color commentator. I don't know if that's what he's currently doing.
No, he's not there. He's not on there anymore. I know that for sure.
Well, he does that podcast, but I thought Jim Cornette was maybe with Major League Wrestling recently. Major League Wrestling, he was there earlier this year. Let's see. It was reported that following the show, he was not signed on any further shows. That was back from event in July. So Cornette continued to do commentary for them, working Fury Road in June, and their following event in July. So that's the last we've seen of Jim Cornette. But, he's got his two podcasts now, the Jim Cornette Experience and the Jim Cornette's Drive-Thru. But, he was in Major League Wrestling as of a couple of months ago, but now he's not really doing nothing.
Bro, if you're out there and you're a wrestling fan, do not sleep on MLW. That is a fantastic product.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Their heavyweight champion, Jacob Fatu, is an absolute beast.
Is he related to Rikishi, I'm guessing?
Yes, he is.
Is he like his son, nephew? Or
I think it's his son.
Also, he's brothers with the Usos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
How come WWE doesn't sign this Jacob Fatu? Is he not as good as his brothers?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he may have competed. Okay, no, that was another one. Never mind.
But yeah, back to Big Cass and Enzo. I'm just curious because they showed up at this Ring of Honor event, and we still don't know if it was. I don't think it was a work. I think it was a shoot thing that they jumped the rail, and I don't think Ring of Honor was really expecting it, and because it was kind of mayhem when it happened,
bro. Because that one punch that
if it would have been a work, I don't mean to cut you off, but if it would have been a work, we would have seen them in Ring of Honor by now.
Yeah,
I mean that was 5 months ago.
Yeah. That one punch that Enzo gave one of the Briscoes legitly buckled his knees, and you could tell he was gone for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so good.
Certified G, man.
Yeah, bro.
So, I don't know. I don't know if anybody wants to touch these guys, though.
Yeah, it seems like people are pretty hands-off with them. I don't know why. They got a great gimmick.
Yeah, they do. And, I mean, like I said, they have a name recognition.
And obviously...
But this is the interesting thing about it. Like, they've been working together with whatever it is they're doing, because when they both, when Cass turned heel in WWE, and then of course eventually, Enzo got released and then Cass got released, like apparently like they weren't even boys anymore. Like they were cool with each other. They didn't talk to each other. And now they're like, then all of a sudden by surprise, they showed up. That's why I thought it was a work, because from what I was hearing, in real life, they were they're not cool with each other. But now apparently, I guess they got to be cool to some degree, because they showed up to the Ring of Honor event together, and then they've been kind of marketing themselves together. So I don't know what the hell they're trying to do, but
well, I think they know they need each other.
Yeah, I guess
because Enzo's rap career.
I think Cass needs Enzo more than Enzo needs Cass, in my opinion.
See, I don't think so, Because you've heard Enzo rap. I've played you a rap song of his.
Yeah,
he's not making any money from that, bro.
No,
I don't know how this guy's surviving.
But he's still a more, to me, he's still the more popular of the two.
Oh, of course.
So that's why I think Cass needs Enzo more than Enzo needs Cass.
I think it's a symbiotic relationship. I think they both need each other equally, and I think they realize that. That's why we're like, look, let's squash it.
Yeah,
let's start making some headlines.
Yeah, but as far as them showing up in a wrestling promotion, they need to make a move, because right now what the hell are they doing?
I would love to see them, and even though the tag team division is pretty strong in AEW, I'd love to see them in AEW.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing them in AEW as well, and I'm looking forward to a week from today, NXT goes to USA Live, and then about 3 weeks from today, AEW goes live on TNT. So we got a lot. We're gonna have a lot to talk about the next couple of weeks. So
Wednesday Night Wars, baby.
Looking forward to that. But we got a couple of minutes left, so let's go ahead and start wrapping this up.
That's what she said.
Yeah, always wrap it up.
Do we have for one rumor?
Yeah, go ahead and give us a quick rumor.
All right, so according to Unc Dave, he said the All Out pay-per-view numbers were up in the UK, but significantly down statewide.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What were the numbers?
I don't know. It doesn't say here.
I did see some numbers. I think All Out drew 111,000 buys, which is...
It said roughly the streaming numbers did about the same as our last pay-per-view.
I want to say it was 111,000 with the...
Let me go here. I'm on Unc Dave's site right now. Oh, and that just brings me to the main page. Never mind.
Yeah, we're running out of time anyway, so we're just going to have to go ahead and wrap this up. We can talk about that next week.
All right.
We'll save it for next week.
Yeah, follow us on social media. We are where you are. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, YouTube. Just search at The Average Marks. All right. We got another show under our belt, Patrick. We're on the road to 100.
Yeah, we're on the road to 100. We're 8 episodes away now.
All right, get us out of here, son.
Outro.
You've been listening to the Average Marks Pro Wrestling Podcast with Michael Leander and Patrick Fry. All opinions discussed in the show are those of the Average Marks and do not represent any wrestling company, organization, or individual. For more information on the show, follow us on Twitter and iTunes. AMP is a proud member of the Roar Network, powered by thegorillaposition.com.